Within the question set 1 assessment, there are two questions. The second question is question set spot check. It'll be one of the questions that you have seen in the question set. It'll always be a calculation question because I feel like the multiple choice questions are not as meaningful to complete. So it'll always be a calculation question. Here, I'm just gonna use Wolfram Alpha to do it. It's my online calculator that's unit aware. I think I've already demonstrated it in one of the lecture videos, so I'm not doing anything new. 122.4, is it exceeding? I don't know. It might be, it's so close, it could be. Oh, it is exceeding, okay. Now, here, yeah, read that warning, and if you do this, it won't let you redo question 1. So, please read the warning. Don't submit yet. It should have, it auto saved my previous answers, so, or you can click on save progress to make sure it's saved. On question 2, in order to get full credit, you have to add work. So here, your work might be basically the 2 screenshots of Wolfram Alpha. Some, depending on the complexity of the question, how much work I expect to see varies. I basically want to see whatever resources you use to answer it. You might have to type out an explanation. It might be a photo of a handwritten work. All those are fine. You should attach work for question 2. For I hope that will stay there. For question 1, even though there's an attach work box, you don't need to use it because it's an essay question. And for this essay question, it's basically, it's meant to be AI proof in the sense. Let's say someone did this, like the worst possible way someone might use AI, where you simply do this. Can you answer this for me? And it's a really vague question that AI can't really answer, because like it won't know what to answer. One, it doesn't have the questions. You are supposed to follow the link. In the link, there's a whole bunch of chapter and the questions, and now. Here's one way in which I imagined someone could use this in a productive way. Now, if you want to read through the questions yourself, decide on what to answer, great. But maybe you feel like I gave you too much busy work. Like, couldn't I have chosen a question for you to answer? I get it. Yeah. So, think like a physicist. I'm pretty sure that's not one of the questions. So if you gave me that question, I'll know. Yeah, that's not one of the choices. So regular vanilla AI will have trouble with it, but within the NotebookLM site, I can ask this question. So I can say, "Hi, I'm trying to answer this question, and I see 12 chapter and the questions in chapter 0." And I think you can just say this because NotebookLM has the chapter 0 as a source. It can go in and look what those questions are. Can you pick out a question for me that I can answer most easily based on what I learned by watching the lecture video? I think you have access to the lecture transcripts covering chapter 0. And I actually haven't, I thought of this question when I was preparing for this session, but I haven't actually read the questions. So let me look. This might be one of the questions that's easy to answer because there's a actual lecture section that addresses that. Maybe number of choices, I think. This, I don't think I address it directly in the lecture, so it might be a little bit harder. this might be one thing that you can answer at some length using what I talked about in the lecture about the pressure example. Then by some advantages. Question 2 from how does a model differ from theory? And I think it's that's the textbook reference, and yeah, this is the transcript reference. So now this is where you judge for yourself what's most useful for you. So AI gave you a suggestion. Maybe you should answer this question, and if you agree, yeah, I think I can answer that based on what I learned from lecture. Great, then here, kind of do that. I'm answering this. This is part of the grading rubric, by the way. You have to clearly state the chapter and the question that you chose to answer, and let me answer it properly. So how does a model differ from a theory? I'm not looking at the AI portion of the screen. I'm just focusing on this. I'll say, if I'm remembering my own lecture correctly, a model differs most significantly from a theory in that a model is oriented towards a purpose of calculation. It gives us a way to compare theoretical predictions to an experimental result. A theory often includes a model as part of its framework. A law might not, but theory often does. Let's compare. Based on model is often difficult to visualize, and while the terms are sometimes used interchangeably, have distinct role, complex. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm expecting this kind of detailed response. I would much rather see simpler response like this than copy and paste of this. And this is something that I might ask you during the required one-on-one meeting. I will have your own answer here, and then I'll have some follow-up questions. Can you expand on this, or can you tell me what did you mean by this, that sort of thing. So I've answered here, and I think I have now answered both parts. In the question 2, I added the work. Now I can submit. So with this response, let me demonstrate a couple things. The work, if you forgot to attach it, you'll have 2 more places where you can remember to attach. One is this screen right now. After submitting the answers, I'm in this screen where I can save work and continue. Again, question 1, no work needed, skip it. Question 2, work is required. So, take time to attach something. Sometimes the question is really simple. Even then, you should attach something, even if it's just a 1-sentence explanation of what you did. Save and work and continue. That's one place where you can attach work. Another place is if you re-access this page, you'll be able to see that you get this button, add work button. There you can't change any of the answers, but you can attach work. And here, if you forgot to put it on answer here, then as work, you can type in what you would put in as an answer, and I can take a look at that. So let me wrap up. I'm over time already. So let me wrap up with this example of what the grading kind of interface looks like from my perspective. So I'm going to navigate to the test student submission for question set 1 assessment. So I'm looking at grades here, and I have test student here, and you will see some automatic points that have already been awarded in the question 2 through these ones here. And the question 2, as I graded, I mainly just look at the look at this here. And now if question 1, I will read it guess I don't know what kind of feedback I will give. Uh, Oftentimes, so this has all the required parts to it. Clear statement to the question that you are answering, and some meaningful answer to the question. Then that's full credit. And as a feedback to this, I might simply be saying, "Looks good," because it looked good. There was nothing for me to correct. Um, so this is my first time doing this question one in this format. As I'm reading it, if I feel like there's some meaningful feedback, one sentence feedback I can give, I might add the feedback here. If it looks like an AI thing, then I might say something there. But the score itself will be just based on purely formulaic. Did you state the question, and did you put in an answer that's meaningful, even if it's AI generated? And the question of did you understand it, we are going to handle that at the required one-on-one meeting. So I assign the score, and this is a new setting I'm trying. This assignment is set up with a manual grade release option. So until I release the grade, you won't see your grade. I think that'll cut down on a lot of confusions that's happened in the past. So I'm grading test students. I'm gonna release the grade. Test students got full credit because all the required parts were there. And by the way, that also applies to these. Even if these answers had been wrong, as long as it's a good faith attempt and there's work attached, it'll be given full credit. Conversely, even when the answer is right, if there's no work, I'm gonna deduct the points as I grade. And at least the first couple weeks, I might extend an invitation for you to, add work and let me know, and I'll regrade it. Could happen. Watch out for the feedback. So if I save changes, now this the grading feedback was left, and the manually released score was communicated. Now when I go back to here and refresh, I can see that feedback and the scores. So I can go to review work in gradebook. I can see that I got 10 out of 10, 5 score that I manually assigned here, and this score that I let it stand and looks good. A lot of your submissions might just look like this. I'll see what kind of substantive feedback I might be giving more regularly in question one. I kind of have to see what people are submitting.